Is Officer with you?
I'm so sorry. Could you say your name? I couldn't hear you.
My name is Officer with you. Middleton Police Department.
All right. Hi. Did you learn what I was calling about?
Nope, I don't know what. Is this from last night with Taco Bell or something?
Yes.
So what happened last night?
So it didn't occur last night. It occurred yesterday morning at 11:46 a.m. I wasn't able to call the police department until after I got off work and I was at home.
Okay.
At 11 o'clock in the morning, well, basically my question is, do you guys police when people rub against other people's butts? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
What was that now? Sorry, what did you say now?
I said, do you police when other people rub up against another person's butt without after they've told them not to do that in the past?
If it's reported to us, we take a look at that. Absolutely.
All right. So I reported it last night to your dispatcher. I recorded that conversation. I posted it on YouTube. If you want to hear it verbatim back, you could probably watch that video. But essentially, my coworker rubbed up against my butt, like a very hard body rub against both of my butt cheeks. And I've told this coworker several times not to touch my butt. And I've told several other coworkers to stop touching my butt as well. And
what's the coworker's name?
His name is Torre.
Torre?
Yes.
Okay. What time does Torre usually work, or what's
I don't know.
Usually,
I don't know his schedule.
Does he work during the day? Does he work at night?
He's usually there when I arrive in the morning.
Okay, what time do you usually come in?
It varies. So anytime in the morning, from 8 in the morning to 11 is usually when I'm scheduled to go into work, but it varies.
Okay. Okay, so you're saying that he rubbed up against you, and that was yesterday. About what time was that yesterday?
11:46 in the morning.
11:30 in the morning?
11:46 in the morning.
Okay. And you talked to your manager about it too?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I've told lots of my coworkers to stop touching my butt, but I think they're not taking me. They're not listening to me, so they're continuing to rub against my butt as often as they can, and say that we're in a hurry, so we can't stop and wait for the right amount of space to pass you because we're in a rush. But there's no great enough rush that would justify rubbing up against someone's butt. You will have to wait until there's enough space for you to pass. That's how we all were raised.
Is that happening when you're making food, or when does that occur?
At random times. It's not just when I'm making food. It's when I'm standing still, or it happens at all various occasions. It's been happening at various times. It's not a single moment where that just occurs. And there's no justification for it either. I've lived my whole life. I know, and I'm sure you know as well, you don't make contact with other people's butts. No matter how tight, you can go to a crowded event. You can walk through a crowded event and never touch someone's butt. So I don't believe that it is acceptable or normal behavior to justify touching someone else's butt. You just don't do it.
Okay. Hey, what's your first name again, sir?
My name is John.
Okay, John. What's your last name again, John?
Lattimore.
Spell it for me, please.
Lattimore is spelled Lattimore.
Okay, and your date of birth?
012191.
Okay.
And for the record, what is the Middleton Police Department's point of view of touching someone else's butt? How do you guys consider that? What do you guys consider unwanted?
Well, I got to look into what's going on at work and stuff, so I'm not going to give my opinion on it. I got to take a look at. I mean, are they going out and say you're out in the common area? Like, are they doing it then when you're out in like?
Okay, all right. So
room
no, it hasn't happened in where there's plenty of space. It has not occurred in a vicinity that has lots of space.
It's happening where there isn't much space, is what you're saying.
No, but there's plenty of space to walk through. I do it all the time, and when people are moving quickly, I wait. I wait until there's enough room to pass somebody to get through. These people are purposefully moving when there's no room to pass, and they know it. There's plenty of time for you to think, there's not enough space for me to pass this person without touching them. And instead of waiting for the space to open up, they are continuing to push through as if their excuse is there's a rush, but there isn't. But as if they don't know you're supposed to wait. And when they do push through, they're rubbing up against my butt. And it's no other body part except my butt that they keep touching.
Okay. So, what time is your manager usually in so I can go in? Is he usually in by now at 10:30?
I don't know when they are in for work, but I was told, so before, my main point to call today was to ask the police department if they police this issue. And two, to make sure that I inform the police department that my butt people are rubbing up against my butt at work. That was my second purpose, right away, because the managers are going to they're going to take time to decide what to do. But before they have a few days or a week or 2 weeks to make a decision about how to deal with somebody how to handle the complaint I gave them yesterday, I wanted to inform the police department that I felt strongly this person is purposefully rubbing up against my butt after I told them to stop. So my intentions weren't to get you to pursue the investigation until after the manager has made their decision, and then but to inform you like when it happened, what happened. So I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the managers to decide what they're going to do. But before they make their decision, I wanted to inform the police department, and then to make sure they knew right away how I felt and what I believe occurred at work.
Okay. I will do the report, and then I'm going to talk to management on it also, and find out what they're also doing with it also. So
like I said, I would rather you waited until they made a decision before you investigate it.
So what is that? What does it do if? So what happens if? So what decision are you thinking they're going to make, or what are?
I don't know. So I guess I guess you're asking me what am I going to decide after they come to a conclusion?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at, because if you're telling me not to go talk to them until they make a decision, so if they make a decision that benefits you, then we don't look into it, or if they make a decision that doesn't, work in your favor, then we do have to investigate it. That's what I'm kind of figuring out.
Yeah, that's what I would like. I would like you guys. No, I'm so sorry. I know it was intent. How much he rubbed into my butt. It was blatant. Like, he was inside my butt cheeks. His body, his ribs, his fat on the side of his body was inside both of my butt cheeks. It was a violation. It was rape. It was blatant, flat out sexual. Like, and I've told this man to stop rubbing my butt, and this time he decided to rub into my butt cheeks. And I told this person to stop touching my butt. And I know it was purposeful, but I will lose my job if police officers I was told in the past that you can't have the police department investigate something that happens at work until after the. But that's what I was told by the Department of Workforce Development, and that's also what I was told by the last company I worked for.
Yeah, that's not true either. That's not true, because if it's something of this nature, law enforcement can take a look into it.
Yeah, but then you can also lose your job. So you get both of those things.
Who told you?
Several
Who told
people.
you that you could lose your job?
The Department of Workforce Development and the last company I worked for, the UPS store. So the process is you have to wait until the company does their investigation before you're allowed to contact police.
But I don't totally completely believe that, but I get what you're saying. So, all right, well then let us know once you find out what your decision is or what happens at work.
All right, I will do that. Well, yeah, my point is to call ahead to let you know how I felt, but I want to keep working. It's an at-will company, so anything you do, anything you decide to do can affect your employment. So if the company doesn't appreciate you calling the police before they finish the investigation, you can lose your job because of that, if they feel that way. So my job was to let you know first, and then to allow the company to make their decision. And then I would like to, I still feel the same way. I know that was rape. It felt like rape. It felt like he was trying to get inside my butt cheeks with his body. And there was absolutely no excuse for it.
Okay. All right, let us know then.
Yep.
Thanks.